This will be the 80s trivia instructional video. There are 80 questions loaded in the television. They appear on the screen every 15 seconds. Whoever clicks the screen first will be dropped a blue menu with A, B, C, or D answers. If they answer correctly, they get a point. If they don't answer correctly, it goes on to the next question. With playing with 2 to 3, 4 people, it can take about 30 to 40 minutes to go through them all. Remember, you can't answer every question, and you don't shout the question out, the answer in the chat, and it doesn't repeat any of the questions either. So it works quite well. When you first click it, you hit here, everybody would, and you have 4 titles. They're fun 80s titles. Xanadu, Dancing Queen, Jackson's, 007. I'll be Xanadu. My friend here, Tinker's going to help us play. And what these do is they put a token over your head, play a little dance, but that's what keeps your score. Your points are kept up over your head. And Tinker, why don't you be Dancing Queen for us? And so you would wait a second, it'll click on to Tinker's head. Now as the owner, if you click the Atari system up here on the top, it will give you options. You can start, pause, turn it off. Turn it off will remove everybody's tokens over their head. HUD, which we'll go through now, allows you to attach this HUD. They all automatically attach. If you're using my experience, go to experience, type in add, type the dark hand, it will come up. I'm the only one that's dark hand. And add my experience, it will only ask one time to attach, and it would do it automatically forever after. It has a system. If you don't want to run that, you don't have to. It will just ask to attach. If you don't attach the HUD, the token, it's not a big deal. It just won't tally points. You can't tell who wins. So basically, if we start the game, you just hit play. And it'll wait 15 seconds, and a question will come up. And while we're waiting, let's go over these two right here. Say someone crashes. Say you got 5, 6 people playing, and they crash. And when they come back, they no longer have their little crown over their head or whatever they chose. Oh, here's the question. So we have 10 seconds to answer the question, or we'll go on to the next. So what year was Live Aid? We know it's 1985. So you hit B, correct. Do a little dance. I get a point over my head. But say Tinker crashed and came back and his crown said 0, had no crown, or wasn't no longer communicating. You would hit set title. Then you would choose Tinker. And it's going to drop Tinker an option for a new option. Do Jackson. So say Tinker does Jackson, takes a second, puts a little hat on his head, does the Jackson dance. That's okay, his points are at 0. And he said, yeah, I had 4 points before I crashed. He said, okay, you hit fixed points, and you choose Tinker. And every time you do it, gives him a point. And you can get his 3, 4 points, how many ever you need to do. Say they had 4 points. And it does get a little spammy in the chat on that part, but once you're caught up, you're caught up. Maybe I'll make an option before I put it on sale that when you add a point, it doesn't say that in chat. But that's pretty much how it goes. If you want to pause the game, you hit pause. And the game will say someone has to leave for a moment. Hey, I'll be right back. Pause the game. The timer's going to run up, but that's okay. It's still in pause mode because when you come back and hit play, it's going to start the timer at 15 seconds again, and it's going to pick up at the exact question it left off at. So basically you pause it. When you want to end the game, you hit the stop button. Hit the stop button, removes everybody's little tokens, including your HUD, cleans everything up. These are temporary prims. They don't go in your inventory. They just disappear and die when you hit the go button. A couple things to keep in mind. You have to be able to res objects to use this. The skate and all that are usually the one prim. But it has to res it within this TV for just a second before it attaches it to your head. If you had the rights to put the television on the ground, I would imagine you'd have the rights to res. But if you had any problems, that's the only thing. RLV users, if you have strict regulations on your collar that says don't allow attachments, guess what it's not going to do? It's not going to allow it to attach to your head. So if you're an RLV user, turn it off if you're playing my game. Because otherwise, if you have strict, most people put not allow attachments, not allow this, not allow that. So just take it off while you're playing the game. If you put it on and you find it isn't interfering, oh great, whoopty. But that's the only time I've seen a difference, error in that. Is people have RLV set to not allow attachments, and therefore those little HUDs won't come on their head. And that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching my video.